them happened.
Yeah.
Were you there when the Israelites? Yeah, you'll be written in the history books. Huh? Yeah, it'll be something written in the books. But it's already written in the books.
Right.
Yeah. Good, huh?
And the establishing of David as king over all Israel.
And the establishing of David as king over all Israel. And who's going forward the throne of David? Even Yahweh Shai, man. That's why Rome was turned upside down, because we spoke of another king. Even Yahweh Shai. Not Christ. Yahweh Shai. Okay? Good, huh?
Does not appear, but it should seem that happy change followed presently thereupon.
Presently thereupon. Good, huh?
Which is in this chapter we have account of.
Woo! Yeah, account of. Good, huh? Keep reading.
David anointed king by all the tribes.
Woo! And that was a beautiful thing. And guess who came down to anoint David king before all the nation seen the coronation of David as king? The mighty men, the ones that were fighting the wars. The house of Saul that was fighting against the house of David during that civil war period, and they were fighting the Philistines. The men of war came down to anoint David king. They're like, we see that you led us out to the battles and led us back in safely. You are the king that the Lord hath chosen. So it was the men of war that anointed David king first. Even though the men of war came down and told David that the minds of all the people are set on you to be king, because we know that the Lord our power have anointed you king. After Saul is now dead, you are king over all Israel. And there you go, and all the elders came down too,
Right
of all the tribes. To Hebron, because Hebron was known as the place of association, right? That's where him and Abner came together and said, we're going to be the united kingdom.
Well, that word Hebron means friendship.
Woo!
It means society.
Yeah, but these other cats don't want to come under the great millstone, man. Like, we for the nation, we for the cause, man. But you niggas for your own pockets, and fuck that, man. Yep. We're about ruling over these goddamn pieces of scum, man.
That's right.
Right. You ain't even own the money. We want our own money, man. Yep. Our own land, our servants and slaves, man. That's our birthright.
Right.
I own everything, guys. Yeah.
Own resources.
I own everything.
Own you.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, go ahead, huh?
That's not a punchline. That's real.
That's
facts.
real.
Absolutely,
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Making himself master of the stronghold of Zion.
Whoa, so right after this, David and his men took Jerusalem, the stronghold of Zion, because the Gibeonites still had it in their possession. Because during the time of Joshua, Benjamin didn't fully drive them out of the land. So they were built up in Jerusalem as a fortified city. But David went in there and took that city as a capital, because no other tribe actually took that city as their own, even though Jerusalem is in the land of Benjamin. But Benjamin didn't take it as their own city. Like, nah, ain't nobody really claimed it. So David claimed it as his own, as the capital of Israel. And it was the middle way between the north and the south. So it was a perfect strategic area. So we're like, Great Millstone is the middle path between all the camps and shit. Because y'all eventually gonna have to say, wait, Yahweh Shai and his men have always been saved. Eventually. Go ahead, huh?
Building himself a house and strengthening himself and his kingdom.
And strengthening himself, David, in his kingdom. Go ahead, huh?
His children that were born after this, his victories over the Philistines.
Hey, so children were born unto David after his victories, and born in Hebron and in Jerusalem. Go ahead, huh? Go on.
The humble address of all the tribes to David, beseeching him.
The humble address. That's all you have to do, is humble yourself down and address the king. And who's the king? Yahweh Shai. But you niggas are not humble enough to address the true king, man. Fuck a nigga, man, and a goddamn general. We have a king. Wasn't Israel crying for a king? Well, you have a king. God damn, man. And then through this king, we're all gonna be made king and priests. But a nigga wanna have his shit and eat it too on his fucking side, man. Go ahead, huh?
Of all the tribes to David, beseeching him to take upon him.
Oh, to beseech, which begging him to take upon him what?
The government.
The government. Mind control. You gotta fall under the mind control of the scriptures, man. Come on now. Y'all just, No, that's what the Lord is saying, man. That's why this what made David so great, is because his love for the Lord was so great. That's why he was great. Our love for Yahweh Shemashai is making us great and unstoppable and unmovable. We ain't about to take no fucking bag. Hey, our elders didn't take the bag. They cursed the fucking devils out. King Mashal, Elder Yaiqua, High Priest Ariyah, cursed them motherfuckers out, man. But then, you got some clown-ass fools that took the goddamn bag, man. Deaf to you guys, man. Straight up.
For they were now as sheep having no shepherd.
Look, that's how a lot of these camps gonna be. Hey, the Comforter, his congregation is scattered to the wind. You don't even know where they at. It goes to show you they were followers of men and not the followers of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. So when Nate goes, whatever the hell happens to him, whether they fucking whisk his ass off to a bunker somewhere or whatever the fuck, his congregation is gonna be scattered to the wind because they're not following the Lord. They're following him. You have to follow the Lord, man. But you think we're men pleasers, but we're only honoring our elders and apostles as the scriptures say. But they follow Yahweh Bashim Shai. As Paul said, follow me even as I follow Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's why we follow them. But if they were to fall off, hey, as some of their teachers fell off, they kept going after Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. It has to be in you, man. Go ahead, huh?
And owning him for the king.
And only him for their king. They said, what we going to do in the last days? Seek the Lord our power and David our king. Come on, man. David was all the way after the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Shai. Now that we know his name, and we're after the guy that David was crying out for. But you got niggas crying out against Christ. Hey, David would slay you niggas to the last goddamn man.
Hey, it's niggas crying out for Christ, but then they got queers for Christ. And then they got, the whole little alphabet movement in the name of Christ. Y'all niggas ain't...
Hey,
They're doing the same thing that they
man.
David in Jerusalem was praising the Lord for getting the ark back, right? He said David danced with all his might, right? Jacob get down. He's like, moonwalking and shit. He's getting down, right? Doing flips. But guess who was hating on him? An ugly ass woman, man. But guess what? It made these niggas do a fashion show. So, but David put her ass in the right perspective. Like, hold on. The Lord chose me to be king. Your ass you gonna be in a goddamn dungeon for the rest of your days. It goes to show you that David didn't let nobody get in the way of him and his power. Get the fuck out of here, man. So hey, you can take a note from history for our king, man. And then when Yahweh came on the scene, he's like, yeah, I had 1,000 the last time, but this time don't need them. And as a spirit, some brothers is in that spirit, like, fuck these motherfuckers right now. I'm about to just be a eunuch to the kingdom, man. My woman is wisdom. Go ahead, huh?
Though David might by no means approve the murder of Ishbosheth.
Yeah, so Ishbosheth was slew by niggas that thought that was the right thing to do, because Ishbosheth was just a clown to them, but they were niggas, and then David had them put to death.
Well, he was a part of the former king.
Yeah,
right?
But
so
David
like,
didn't. But you know what? The Lord allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Because David said, I'm not going to touch any of Saul's house. But the Lord allowed him to get touched by these niggas. So you niggas in these other camps, or best believe the Lord going to allow your congregations to fuck you niggas up. Right? And then they going to realize, damn, we have to go in the David. We got to go to the house of David anyway. We got to go. We ain't got nobody else. Go ahead, huh?
Yet he might improve the advantages he gained thereby and accepted the applications made to
So he
him.
approved of those games. Well, it was of the Lord. Because the Lord killed it and make it alive, right? So when you niggas die, it's only going to be a gain to us because we know that there's elect among these other camps, but certain men going to come in at the 11th hour. But they have to see a little more. And now they're beginning to see because you niggas are being questioned and you can't answer. So death and destruction to you, man. Thus saith the Lord. The writing is on the wall for you clowns, man.
Right.
Made to him thereupon, Judah had submitted to David.
Judah already had submitted to David. In the spiritual, because what does Judah mean? Yahweh. Yahweh praise. Yahweh thank. Yahweh thank you. That's what Judah means. So those that are already praising the name, hey, they with David all the way. They with the beloved. Like, we with him already. But the rest of Israel, the sons of God, the sons of the right, they got to get with this thing. Because if everybody eventually going to see what the scriptures has always been talking about, whether you're 1/3 or 2/3, you're eventually going to see. We all going to see eye to eye, man. Go ahead,
As their king about 7 years ago, and their ease and happiness under his administration.
Under his administration. See, we got ease and happiness under the leadership we with. Yeah, but we the Bumbleites, we all types of shit. But yeah, we good. We ain't got 20 of our congregation through our spirit. Nor do we got niggas that's overweight, through niggas going to the gun range, nor getting shot at, nor whatever, man. You niggas are demonizing and criminalizing yourselves. We're good under the Lord and his administration that he set up. Go ahead,
You called our apostles rapists, but you raping our people from the truth.
Man.
You niggas are rapists, man.
Yeah.
The Lord's finding you niggas out, man. The Lord's putting you on Front Street and wiping your niggas up. The Lord's wiping your ass up and down the goddamn street.
Hey, R.I.P. Joy Morgan. Fuck you niggas, man. Straight up. Because you got people that's dead under your watch. Yeah. We ain't got nobody over here. You know, unless the Lord took their spirit. See, over here the Lord takes his men's spirit back to himself. That's his own right. But they didn't just die under our watch. This is a war, is it not? But you niggas, there ain't no generals, man. Go ahead,
Encourage the rest of the tribes to make their court to him.
Oh, so the tribes came up to make the court to David. Like, no, y'all gonna come to us. Yeah, that's what the apostles say. We ain't about to go to you and have no debate. Y'all come to us. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Certain people that saw these other camps, they came up to the camp. They like, oh yeah, I went to the purple guys and we explained everything they needed to know. Then they came from ICPK, explained everything. This brother alone explained everything. You know?
What numbers came from each tribe, with what zeal and sincerity they came.
What? They came with what?
And how they were entertained for 3 days.
No, read that part. With what sincerity they came. They didn't just come. They came with sincerity.
What zeal?
Zeal,
Yeah.
and sincerity. That's who's going to come into this truth.
That's fervent.
That's who's going to be the elect. That have zeal and sincerity.
And how they were entertained for 3 days at Hebron, when they were all one heart to make David king.
They are of one heart to make David king. And the elect is going to be of one heart to know that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and David are their leaders, they're their kings. And that's who we're going to be under. Yahweh the Father, Yahushai the Son, and David, our king. He's going to be a prince over our nation. We're under his house. So there you go. Let's have any. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Micah 4:8. And it reads, and thou, O tower of the flock,
Man.
the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come.
Man.
Even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem.
That's it. And it begins with who?
One of the first fruits.
Man.
The elect of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Them who the kingdom is dwelling with and is at hand at this current moment. Right? So the kingdom is inside.
Man.
The only spirits that are going to leave out of this place unscathed and be met with Yahweh Shai in the air.
Woo! And it's a picture what? Tower of the flock. So what is the name of the Lord to the right? Tower. Hey, so you gotta have the name of the Lord to be in that tower. Over the flock. Say it's gonna come to you, but first it'll be
Alright, so we want to give all honor and praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for this opportunity to bring out this truth. For the honor, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kodash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. We want to say DTA!
DTA!
Yeah, DTN.
DTA! Soon! Yeah.
Hell
Yo!
get this word.